Welcome to Kelvin's Library, where we break down powerful books so you can gain key insights in less time. In today's video, we're diving into 100 Ways to Motivate Yourself. Change Your Life Forever by Steve Chandler. This is part 1 of the summary. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Get on your deathbed. Chandler introduces a powerful visualization exercise, imagining yourself on your deathbed. By confronting mortality directly, you gain clarity about what truly matters: love, relationships, and meaningful action. He explains that most regret comes not from what we did, but from what we failed to express or pursue. Awareness of death increases intensity and appreciation for life, just like knowing a game will end makes players play harder. Motivation comes from realizing time is limited and choosing to live fully now, not someday. Core idea: awareness of death fuels urgency, honesty, and fearless action. Chapter 2. Stay hungry. Using Arnold Schwarzenegger as an example, Chandler explains the power of creating a vision and living into it. Arnold wasn't waiting for permission or external validation. He decided who he would become and acted as if it were already true. Motivation comes from having meaningful to wake up for. A clear, self-created vision keeps you mentally hungry and energized. Core idea: motivation requires a self-chosen vision that pulls you forward. Chapter 3. Tell yourself a true lie. Chandler argues that imagining who you want to become, even if it feels like a lie at first, is essential for growth. Your subconscious responds to images and stories, not logic. By lying creatively about your future self, you give your mind a blueprint to work toward. Over time, the imagined identity becomes reality. Core idea: positive self-deception can become future truth when backed by action. Chapter 4. Keep your eyes on the prize. Focus determines results. Chandler explains that most people lose motivation because they focus on fear, failure, or consequences instead of the task itself. Using a football metaphor, he shows that focusing on falling leads to failure, while focusing on movement leads to success. Where attention goes, energy follows. Core idea: focus on the goal and the process, not the fear. Chapter 5. Learn to sweat in peace. Preparation builds confidence. Chandler shares stories of athletes who train harder than necessary, so real challenges feel easier. By intentionally making practice more difficult than the actual task, fear disappears and motivation increases. The message: discipline now creates freedom later. Core idea: make training harder than reality so real challenges feel manageable. Chapter 6. Simplify your life. Confusion kills motivation. Chandler shows how simplifying tasks, goals, and daily routines restores clarity and energy. Creativity is not complexity. It's eliminating what's unnecessary. By combining tasks, planning deliberately, and handling things immediately, you reduce mental clutter and regain momentum. Core idea: simplicity creates focus. Focus creates motivation. Chapter 7. Look for the lost gold. You don't see the world as it is. You see it as you are. Chandler explains that mood determines perception. When you're optimistic, you notice opportunity. When you're negative, you notice problems. Motivation begins with choosing what you look for in any situation. Core idea: change how you see, and your world changes with it. Chapter 8. Push all your own buttons. Motivation doesn't need to be accidental. Chandler encouraged readers to identify exactly what inspires them: music, movies, books, environments, and use these intentionally. Once you understand your control panel, you can create motivation on demand instead of waiting for it to happen. Core idea: learn what inspires you and use it deliberately. Chapter 9. Build a track record. Belief comes from evidence, not affirmations. To feel motivated and capable, you must prove it to yourself by finishing tasks, especially small ones. Each completed action builds confidence and momentum. Motivation grows through action, not thinking. Core idea: finish small things to build belief in yourself. Chapter 10. Welcome the unexpected. Creativity is not originality, it's surprise. Chandler explains that motivation increases when you stop rigidly controlling outcomes and become open to unexpected solutions. Core idea. Motivation thrives when you welcome surprise and change. Chapter 11. Find your master key. Chandler describes discovering the idea that changed his life. The realization that self-discipline over one's own thinking is the master key to success. Influenced by Napoleon Hill, he explains that motivation is not about changing circumstances, but about taking full possession of your own mind. By deliberately choosing what you think about and repeatedly exposing yourself to empowering ideas, you can rebuild your mental habits. Motivation becomes a skill, not a mystery. Core idea? True power comes from controlling your mental attitude. Chapter 12. Put your library on wheels. Your car can become a mobile university. Chandler argues that drive time is one of the most underused opportunities for motivation and learning. Instead of absorbing fear-based news or mindless entertainment, listening to audiobooks and motivational programs can steadily reshape your thinking. Over time, this consistent input dramatically changes outlook, confidence, and direction in life. Core idea: what you feed your mind daily determines who you become. Chapter 13. Definitely plan your work. Motivation collapses without structure. Chandler explains that carefully planned work transforms frustration, depression, and overwhelm into purpose and momentum. Planning saves time, reduces anxiety, and restores a sense of control. 1 hour of planning can save multiple hours of execution. When work is intentional, energy naturally follows. Core idea: clear planning turns emotional chaos into focused action. Chapter 14. Bounce your thoughts. Thinking is a habit, just like dribbling a basketball. Chandler compares pessimistic thinking to using only one hand. You can use the other, but it takes practice. By deliberately choosing optimistic thoughts again and again, you retrain your mind. Change doesn't happen instantly, but repetition creates new mental reflexes. Core idea: you can reprogram your thinking one thought at a time. Chapter 15. Light your lazy dynamite. Instead of forcing yourself into intense action, Chandler suggests starting tasks slowly and gently. By removing pressure and perfectionism, resistance disappears. Ironically, beginning lazily often leads to sustained momentum and faster completion. Motivation grows when anxiety is removed from starting. Core idea: start slowly, momentum will come naturally. Chapter 16. Choose the happy few. The people you surround yourself with directly affect your motivation. Chandler warns that cynical or fearful individuals, often unintentionally, pull others back to old patterns. Growth requires choosing relationships that support optimism, possibility, and enthusiasm. Is contagious, just like negativity. Core idea: protect your motivation by choosing uplifting company. Chapter 17. Learn to play a role. You are not bound by personality. You become what you repeatedly act out. Chandler explains that emotions can be trained just like skills. By acting like the person you want to be, you eventually become that person. Motivation follows behavior, not the other way around. Core idea: act motivated first. The feeling will follow. Chapter 18. Don't just do something. Sit there. Silence is essential for motivation. Chandler emphasizes the importance of spending time alone, without distractions, allowing your mind to reconnect with its deeper direction. Many insights arrive only when the noise stops. Without solitude, people end up living other people's dreams instead of their own. Core idea: stillness reveals your true motivation. Chapter 19. Use your brain chemicals. Motivation is biological as well as psychological. Chandler explains that activities like laughter, movement, creativity, and connection naturally trigger energizing brain chemistry. Fun isn't found outside. It's generated internally. You can choose to turn almost any task into an engaging experience. Core idea: create motivation by activating natural energy states. Chapter 20. Leave high school forever. Many adults are still trapped in adolescent fear of judgment. Chandler argues that concern about embarrassment and others' opinions destroys creativity and courage. True motivation requires reclaiming the fearless curiosity we had before high school. Growth begins when you stop designing your life around imagined criticism. Core idea: freedom and motivation begin when you stop fearing judgment. If this video helped you, Let us know in the comments what stood out to you. The second part of this book summary shall be made available in our next video. Meanwhile, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who wants to be motivated to achieving more in life. Thank you for watching. Bye.